some of the stories you talked about are a great example where the Calvary Chapel Belfast, out and out wins this request for proposal
Right.
fairly, has the best proposal.
Yep.
And then it's taken away from them. And it turns out that the guy, the guy in charge of that had Janet Mills at his wedding.
Yeah.
During COVID, when you weren't supposed to have church gatherings,
Yeah,
but the guy who yanked the proposal away from them has Janet Mills at his wedding, and there's all kinds of weird things there. So for me, that's like an interesting part of the story. But you've never seen that reported.
Mm-hmm.
The whole perspective that the Bangor Daily News had was, communities are worried that Christian church will do Christian things. That was, I guess, a kind of a joking interpretation of what they were reporting, but it's actually what they were concerned with. There was a woman who wrote an op-ed placed in the Bangor Daily News, said, I logged onto this Greg Houston's channel and I couldn't believe it. I was seeing him talk about Christian things. And it was like, I can only imagine the editors of the Bangor Daily News gasping. Like, what a scoop! What a scoop we have here!
Yeah.
Can you believe this bigotry that's happening? So the only thing we can do is totally invert the RFP process and make a wild exception to take this away from this church and attack them and persecute them and take value from them because of the amount of time, money, blood, toil that they've invested into this. Trying to get this RFP and winning it and planning for it. So in a very real way, yes, they were persecuted for their beliefs.
Yeah.
Because of their beliefs and because of, ideological, Christophobic, anti-Christian bigotry that the University of Maine system has, and that's prevalent throughout the entire state government, they were persecuted.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And to me, that was just as easy to see as saying you're wearing jeans.
Right.
It wasn't like, that doesn't seem like an opinion-driven thing. They were vocal about it, right? They came out and said in writing, take this away from them. They have Christian beliefs.